Now, Valdelli, thank you very much for joining us. I suppose first things first, everybody in the camp looking forward to a big game on Sunday.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Um, it's a matter of getting, our final selections right, as well as getting fellas ready for the day and respecting the day and going at it.
Yeah, it's quite a run that your side are on at the moment. I suppose it's been building the last couple of years. You could probably say the same about your opponents, Maigh Cuilinn, coming into it. You've had quite a number of battles over the years, and Sunday should be another one of those.
Yeah, in fairness, my Cullen ourselves are on the road a while now and at similar times. Um, they'll be the same as ourselves. We're looking to next Sunday to play, and that's it. Uh, we realise it's a big game. It's a county championship semi-final. It's a pathway to a county final. So I think both teams will respect one another and hopefully give the brethren a good game.
And I suppose just the fact that you've got over the line after so many years of hardship, if you want to call it that, it's probably a different tangent than previously when you were the side on the top, say.
No, it hasn't been hardship. It's never hardship when you're trying to compete and trying to actually get over the line, so to speak, and win a title. Um, to be honest, I think there was an awful lot expected of a very, very young Mountbellew team, way ahead of its time for years there, and it didn't happen for them. And one of my comments last year after we finally won it was that the lads had matured and hopefully still maturing, and hopefully we'll see much more of it on Sunday.
I suppose speaking of that maturity, it was probably something that you had to show in spades for the victory over Cuilinn. It was a right tough game, as you'd expect against a quality side.
It was there were two good sides. It was a cagey affair, I would say, from lots of points of view. Both teams didn't want to give away the ball unless they had to face a kick out, and there was some good quality play. There was some patient play. There was some cagey play, and both teams also knew each other very well and realised that there's a big prize at stake here, and the prize being winning a quarter final gets you into a semi final, and they've been a big gun in Galway for the last number of years, so it's good for us to get over them.
And I suppose you spoke about your young side being building like victories like that, where teams that you had so many battles with over the years to be able to grind it out like that. It just shows how the character on your side is evolving.
Yeah. Yes, on that particular day we showed character. I thought we showed maturity and we showed patience, and we didn't do anything too rushed. We didn't give up easy ball. Obviously, we weren't satisfied with everything that we did and everything that happened, but that's life. That's football. You take your results and you move on. You try and improve on it for the next day.
And again, from the attacking perspective, it's a side that are from the neutral watching in are a joy to watch from an attacking perspective. You've so many informed forwards, if you want to call it like that, and you've been ticking away at the scoring charts over the course of the campaign as well.
Yeah, I hope we give people value for money. I know we certainly, give our own parishioners enjoyment the way we play. We like to play football. We like to put the boot on the ball, and I think one of the strengths of this particular side is that they can play it any way they like to play it. Or any way a team likes to play against us, because we can defend in numbers, we can attack in numbers, we can play long ball, and I think for me, it's North Galway football at its best, and that's what I've been brought up and reared with, and that's what I've seen over the years, and that's the way I'd like to play.
Your run into the semi-final to date, as we said on some, everybody is, I suppose, it's such a competitive championship as a whole. Again, from the neutral watching in, it's probably feels like one of the most competitive in years. But I think back into battles that you had, maybe even the Salt Hill game, say, to give one example, in Tuam, where they pretty much threw absolutely everything at you, and it was a wonderful game of football. But I suppose it's going to be like that, and probably more on Sunday now.
Yeah, look when you're going through it, and all team managers and team managements and players the same way. You're going through it. You're taking one game at a time, and you're looking at the opposition. You're obviously sizing them up. You're seeing where you might be able to do a bit of damage on them. You're seeing where you have to be careful. And it's been that type of championship for us. I think we're a modest, hard-working club here, and we know our limitations, we know our strengths, and we just want to make sure that we get the best out of ourselves on the day of the match. And obviously Sunday is a big game. It's a big game for Cuilinn too. There's a huge prize at stake getting to the county final. At the moment, we have a 25% chance of winning the county championship, which is the way it should be. It's been an open championship. Teams fancy themselves to beat one another, and that's the way it should be. And it does the county good when the club competition is good. And it was great to see a big crowd in Tuam the last day, and it was great to see people pleased coming away from it.
Absolutely. And I suppose you're playing on Sunday a team that you've played quite in your number of high, I suppose, profile games over the last couple of years. You think of the final 2 years ago, the semi-final last year, where they won the final. You come back and got flipped the coin last year then as well. But there've been some wonderful games, so many tight games over the years between your two sides as well.
Yeah, Cuilinn, 2 years ago, nobody begrudged, especially in our parish, nobody begrudged Cuilinn winning the county championship, even though it was over us that they won it. And last year we were in the same boat. We had a really goodwill feeling around the county because we got over the line after so many years of trying. But ourselves and Cuilinn, we know each other well. There's no issues there. There's been no bad blood. There's been no acrimony over the last number of years, and we're going certainly out to win the game on Sunday, and so are Cuilinn. And again, that's the way it should be. I hope it's good, hard Galway championship football. And that's what we're there for, and that's the currency that we're trading in at the moment.
And we just hope that the weather gods are on our side as well. It's been hit and miss with the weather last little while, so hopefully it'll clear off on Sunday afternoon and a good attacking game of football.
Yeah, look, nobody who can predict the weather. At the moment, the last screen I saw, it was clear day, but you just don't know. And like Pearse Stadium, I suppose nobody minds a bit of rain. But wind is a thing that can not upset people, but it can actually make you alter your plans, because if you're a fan of playing against a very, very stiff breeze or a very strong breeze in the first half, or playing with it in the first half, you might have to alter things a little bit, and it does have a bearing on the game. There's good footballers on both sides. I would hope we get a reasonably calm day and go at it and see what happens.
Well, thanks very much, Val. Best of luck on Sunday, and we will see you soon.
Thanks, Jonathan, and thanks to Galway Bay and for your coverage of Gaelic games. It's a great boost to clubs in the county when they get the coverage, and it's great for everybody basically. So thanks yourselves.
No bother at all.
Anyway, thanks, Sean.
I'll end this.
You're very welcome back to Pearse Stadium for the second of today's Galway Senior Football Championship semi-finals. Bit of a battle in the first one, as you might have seen if you were on a little bit earlier on. Salthill Knocknacarra just about edged over the line and have secured their position in the final, next week's county final. And the battle really today it's two heavyweights coming together and trying to see who will join them. It is, of course, Mountbellew Moylough, the reigning champions, and the champions from the year before, Cuilinn. So what a battle is in store. The game has probably been talked about up and down the country, but 50 games later into the championship, we will find the last finalist. And let's have a look at the teams. A lot of injury news in terms of rumours during the week, particularly as a result really of games coming so thick and fast. But the big one for Mountbellew Moylough, the reigning champions, is Owen Finnerty, the joint captain, is starting. A lot of rumours here in Galway in the build-up to the game after he went off injured in the quarter-final victory over Cuilinn, that they might not make it, but he has lined out. Their Mountbellew Moylough team in full then is in goal, Damien Boyle. It's a change in the full-back line. Mark Mannion, the other joint captain, is unable to play. He is replaced by Sean Myland. Full-back, Billy Mannion, wearing 3. And number 4, Colin Murray. Half-back line, number 5, Colin Ryan. John Daly, number 6. And James Foley at wing-back. Middle of the field, Leo Donlan wears 8, alongside number 9, Matthew Barrett. Half-forward line, Colin Mannion, wearing 10. Paul Donlan, wearing 11. Another change, 12, Ger Dunnu does not start. He's replaced by Gary Sweeney, number 18. And then the full forward line, and this was as a firepower and as a potent of a full forward line as you will get up and down the land. Number 13, Patrick Kelly. 14, Owen Finnerty, a big boost to see him available. He is the joint captain, the captain on field today then And number 15, arguably player of the championship over the course so far, 15, Barry McHugh. We changed, have a look then for Cuilinn. A good few different changes here. And they start off and the line out is as follows. Number 16 is Andrew Power. The full-back line, wearing 2, will be Cian Dean. Number 3, Sean Kelly. Interesting to see, will he float a little bit higher up the pitch, as he has done for the majority of the championship so far. But he does line out, wearing 3 and at full-back. Number 4 will be Neil Mulcahy. The half-back line is number 5, Owen Kelly. Number 6, David Wynne. And number 17, Conor Corcoran. Middle of the field, and again, this is some high performance over the course of the year so far. Wearing 21 is Peter Cook, and alongside him is number 9, Tom Clark. The inside line for Cuilinn is number 19, which is Gerard Daverin, number 28, which is Michael Mahan, and number 12, Paul Kelly. Inside line then for Cuilinn is number 25, Michael Riley, number 24, Owen Gallagher, celebrating his birthday during the week, returning from injury, and number 15 is the team captain, Daisy Keneally. Barry, you're joining us alongside us again for the second day. You're reading through the teams there. A lot of changes, a lot of talk during the week about matchups and who is going to be available and whatnot. It's a game really that needs no build-up. It doesn't need any hype. It's just two of the big guns coming together here.
Yeah, it's a game that has probably excited us from the get-go of the championship. It's one that we've looked forward to, the clash of these two teams. You know, and it's one, you have to say, the Mountbellew Moylough, in fairness, their team is framed around injuries and people that they don't have. So you go through it, Mark Mannion in their full back line, Ger Donoghue, Shane Moran, who hasn't played all year, bad cruciate injury, Ger Donoghue, as I said, and of course then Michael Daly. So if they were to lose Owen Finnerty on top of that, he was going to be a huge loss, where on the opposite side of that, Owen Gallagher has come back into the Cuilinn team, so he's a big boost for them.
Firstly, we'll pause for our Naveen. Big crowd here in Pearse Stadium. We look down to the main stand in front of us. Pretty much full. A scattering of hardcore fans over on the terrace on the far side as well. Referee for this game will be Austin O'Connell. And both teams getting ready. And a lot of eyes straight away, Barry, on who's going to go where and who's going to match up where. And so many key battles, because the teams, they just rhyme off your tongue there. So many recognisable players up and down the country here today. Yeah,
the big battle, the big question mark really is over Sean Kelly. Does he go in on Owen Finnerty? Does that take away some of the influence he has on the Cuilinn team? Does Neil Mulcahy go on Owen Finnerty? For me, I think they put Sean Kelly on him, even though that probably won't happen now. It looks like he's David Wynne has gone back to corner back. It looks like David Wynne has definitely gone to cornerback. Sean Kelly looks like he's actually gone to the forwards. He's gone to centre forward as well. Yeah, here. So that's a big one for Sean Kelly. They've obviously targeted John Daly as being
two of them are getting to know each other there straight away.
Yeah, no, two better men to try and lay down a marker. But I think Cuilinn have obviously looked at the influence John Daly has on the team and tried to see can they disrupt that, putting Sean Kelly and giving Mountbellew Moylough management team something to think about. What do they do with Sean Kelly? Do they track him? Do they let John Daly hold? I would imagine John Daly will hold as much as possible, and they might allow someone like Colin Mannion track Sean Kelly all day.
Peter Cook catches the first ball and drives forward. Wrestled, but an arm wrestle goes on and continues. Good defending over there. I think the referee, Austin O'Connell, will go back for had played the advantage there from Peter Cook, so it's an early free. It's a long way out. I'd hardly say it's an early taster for Cook, but he has A huge radar on him. Looks like he's going to go short with this one. Looking up for options. Drives it in, but it's a low connection. We saw a couple of goalkeepers in the first game struggle with a couple of kickouts. They went quite low. Cook this time is able to get away with that, and they're moving through the lines themselves. Daverin passes it off now towards Kelly. Paul, that is. Now Sean coming forward for the first time, tries to get a hand past. There's a swarm of Mountbellew bees almost across the ball there as they came through. They've intercepted it and they've won the free out, but Valdaly side weren't shy in getting players back there in front of the goal, Barry.
Yeah, Val is pragmatic. He'll know that whatever they have to do trying to win the game, he will. He know he has three top forwards and Barry McHugh, Patrick Kelly, Noam Finnerty, and in reality he'd like to keep those three up top as much as he can, but it'll be the other 11 outfield players. It'll be their responsibility to give as much protection to Damien Boyle in Mountbellew Moylough goal as possible. And you know, they've been around the block a long time. Yeah, they're down a number of players, but they still have some quality footballers out there and big leaders. So they won't be thrown by anything that Mike Cuilinn can throw at them in this early stages.
Mountbellew coming to go on the attack for the first time. James Foley will pick up the loose ball, and on they come forward. Finnerty is inside. That's where it's going. He gets it outside the 14, comes back on the right. It's a difficult angle. It's high. I think he's just dragged it a bit. He has. Very, very difficult angle. First wide of the game after a minute and 44 seconds. But he seems to be sitting in there, Barry, in the early stages and getting ball in early while they sit maybe a little deeper is the plan so far.
Well, I would imagine, we know he did go off with an ankle, there was rumours about whether he was starting or not starting, but we know for a fact he did get a bad ankle injury in the quarter-final. I would imagine that he'll sit as close to goal as possible. They're trying to keep Barry McHugh and himself as close to goal as possible, and Patrick Kelly trying to provide the supply line. James Foley, Matthew Barrett. They have huge players, huge ability to get the ball in and get quality ball in.
Patrick Kelly now coming forward, got the sideline, goes back infield to Leo Donnell. Might be fouled by Peter Cook, but Donnell still comes forward, holds possession. Almighty, we call him pressure coming on. Advantage hand is up. Mountbellew, they switch it in the middle, and now this is Barrett coming forward, almost juggles the ball behind his back. It's a breaking ball, bodies collide everywhere. Peter Cook picks up the breaking ball, but it's intercepted straight away, and a free in given. The first mini ruck, if you want to call it that, won by Mountbellew Moylough. I think we'll see a lot of those between now and the end of the game.
We'll see a lot of them, and we'll see no quarter asked or given in this one either. Both teams, they know and we know, looking at them, have loads of footballing ability, but they'll all be trying to lay down a marker. That stems from their management. Val Daly, Don Connellan never took a backward step in their life. They'll want their teams to reflect that. They'll want to win all those little mini battles. They're all really important when it comes to the end result.
Barry McHugh places the ball on the floor, has to go for the second time. It's getting pretty dug up out there. I'd say he's about a 44, maybe a 43. I don't know. He's just inside the 45. Almost in line with the left-hand side post. So the right footer, you would imagine, to arc it in. Here comes McHugh, trying to get the first score of the game. He strikes it. It's low, though. It goes through a body of hands, but Cuilinn intercepted and come on the attacks himself. Survived that early opportunity. Owen Kelly now, looking for options, looking to drive forward themselves. Still coming forward, Owen Kelly plays the ball infield towards David Wynne. Comes back infield now, Corcoran. Slow, patient build-up. Kelly again. Switches it in field. Mountbellew Moylough, they've retrieved pretty much everyone aside from Owen Finnerty, who is as things stand, is on his own in there. They do get some cover back, but here comes Peter Cook. Drives a long ball in towards Keneally. It bounces in front of him, but Keneally does well, spins his man, takes a shot with the right. This one's a drag. Their first wide of the game. It remains scoreless. 4 minutes, 23 seconds gone. No more than trying to get the ball in early towards Finnerty one side. I think it's the exact same recipe up here, get it in towards Keneally.
Yeah, lovely ball by Peter Cook, bounced perfectly for Desi and on the spin, and we've seen him, all year get those shots. They just that one just tailed a little bit to the left, but the battle between Billy Mannion and Peter Cook is going to have a huge impact on the outcome of this game. Billy Mannion tracking Peter Cook, trying to negate any influence he has on the ball and on the game, and particularly his influence in trying to set up scores for Desi Keneally.
Cook seems to have a magnet with the ball at the moment. He picked up the loose ball and goes quickly via David Wynne in towards Keneally in the right corner forward position, looking to get back inside. Might have been fouled. On he goes, comes back in field. This is opening up in front of him. Takes a stray solo, punches across the goal, booted away by Damien Boyle. An almighty scramble there. They get away with it, and they're on the attack themselves, trying to get Patrick Kelly, but that's very tight to the sideline, and out it goes. Do you call it a goal opportunity?
Yeah, huge goal opportunity. You know, Desi, and in fairness to Colin Murray, like, he's one of the best man-marking defenders in the county. Top defender, but he's been realistically he's been left one-on-one with Desi inside. Desi just got the spin on him. The ball just got away. Lovely hand across, but Damien Boyle reacted well. But Mountbellew Moylough will be disappointed that they had a good chance to break. Paul Donlan kicked one out over the sideline.
Cook again, bombing forward, gets it off the shoulder towards Tom Clark. Quickly, it comes back through the hands. It's scrambling around over there. It's opening up here, and it's Riley bearing down in goal, and he's ballooned it. Not quite sure how he managed to put that wide from there, but he has. They're second wide, still scoreless after 6 minutes. And you had thought that was the first white flag of the game.
There were two really good chances, and Mike Cuilinn had the chance to go forward a little bit more with it. They didn't need to shoot. They panicked with the shot a little bit, and I think that was another goal opportunity. But looking down all over the pitch, it's hard to keep your eye on the ball because there's so many little battles. Matthew Barrett and Sean Kelly, as you said, early doors, Jonathan, they were getting to know each other. They were getting to know each other.
It was almost stage 2, I think, there.
Yeah, exactly. So they're going on all over the pitch. And I said each team wants to lay down a physical marker that they're not going to be bullied or pushed out of the way. You know, and that's why this first 10 minutes is going to be so important.
Long ball in towards Finnerty. He might get the break of the ball. It does, but he's all the way out in the right corner forward position. He's running down the sideline. The end line he comes. Going to pop it across the goal where he tries to get across. It's caught over there by Barry McHugh back towards Finnerty. Can he get a room for the shot? Goes back on the left. Punches it high. Up and over the bar. It's taken 7 minutes. We've got the first score of the game. And probably akin with what we've seen so far. A little bit agricultural. They had to rescue the situation. It was scrappy, but the duo inside, they combined. First score of the game.
Yeah, and if you're just looking at Owen Finnerty, he hand passes across the square to Patrick Kelly with his right hand. He took the score with a hand pass over the bar with his left hand. That's a great skill in itself. You know, and Mike Cuilinn or Mountbellew Moylough, they are a team that look for goal chances. And if we wanted an example of what's going on all over the pitch, Barry McHugh at present is calling for another jersey as his one is ripped. So there's a huge physicality to this, and it's an enthralling encounter so far. We're only 7.5 minutes into it.
You cannot take your eyes off this one. These sides have battled the new age kids on the block, if you want to call it that. John O'Mahony spoke at the end of the first game there about these are the sides that have broken down Cuilinn off their mantle. And so many battles. It's the 6th time in 55 years they have played each other in the championship. It's Moylough Cuilinn that have the advantage. 3 wins to Mountbellew's 2. County final appearance between the sides in there as well. So sides that know each other inside out, and not an inch given here so far with 8 minutes gone in Pearse Stadium. Mountbellew Moylough in front by a point, but a long way to go. It's Moylough Cuilinn now, just inside the Mountbellew half, playing keep ball there, his own gallery. He finds a pocket of space. Tom Clark, he's been gobbled up. Almighty pressure be putting on all around the ball, but there is space over here. And they found room, trying to get back towards Peter Cook, out by the sideline. He's running down the sideline. Looked like he might have fancied a shot there, but he just sprays the ball in field towards Sean Kelly, but he's pressure on straight away. Lovely little drop of the shoulder and puts it over this side. But they're coming forward. Corcoran gets it off quickly. Sean Kelly gets it back again. Outside the D, we'll put it back on the right. It's a good strike. It's a brilliant strike over the bar. Level pegging, a point apiece, 9 minutes gone. And it won't be the first time the sides will be level between now and the end of the game, Barry.
No, Paul Kelly's a player that has huge potential. Maybe, you know, the long inter-county season maybe has curtailed his influence that he's had on Mike Cuilinn over the last 3 or 4 games, but they'll certainly want to get him on the ball and in those scoring positions as many times as possible for the next 60 minutes.
Here comes John Daly now, strolling forward with the football, pops the ball off quickly there towards Donlan on the right. Has he got it? Looks tight. It's just gone to the wide. Second wide of the game. It remains a point apiece. But interestingly, because Sean Kelly has dropped back a little deeper, Daly was free out from the kick-out, found space, and he wasn't shy about getting forward.
No, he really could open Mike Cuilinn defence, and you know, again, he has that vision. It was a perfect little hand pass inside to Paul Donlan, and probably a score that they should have got. You know, they'll be disappointed they didn't take it. But Barry McHugh now has his second jersey, and I wonder how long it'll be before there's someone hanging out of that one as well.
Well, he's gone up to number 30. I don't think they'll have any higher than that, so hope that the fabric stays strong. Ball out in the middle of the pitch, a wonderful catch there. Brought forward now a little bit more also. Peter Cook goes short with the football, plays the ball infield. It's Tom Clark coming striding forward. Hand passes it off, there's room inside. David Wynn had gone on the overlap, but they've held possession of the football. And they're coming forward now with Owen Gallagher, strikes it off the left. This one might be short, goes all the way across goal. It's recycled back there by Kelly. Kelly comes in field, is he going for goal? Back on the right, takes a shot and drives it over the bar. It was a goal scoring opportunity. Actually, the umpires have put wide, and there's an almighty scramble going on here from the Cuilinn. And now the flag is raised up in the air. So after a bit of confusion, an umpire on the right said it was wide. The other one on the near side said it was over the bar. But it is given. 2 points to 1 from Cuilinn. Kelly's shot goes over the bar, but it could have been a goal.
Second score from Paul Kelly. Matthew Barrett just seemed to switch off. Ball went inside. Paul Kelly followed it in, and they're lucky it wasn't stuck in the back of the net.
They've got it back again. Another shot comes in. It's very high. And this one, there's no mistake about it. Up over the bar. Cuilinn, 3 points to 1. 11 and a half minutes gone. They put a lot of pressure on that kick out.
Yeah, and we spoke in the first game about the importance of retaining possession from your own kick outs. You know, Damien Boyle went long with that one. Cuilinn intercepted it and down the pitch. And again, the quality of these teams, the ball is so important. You give it back to either opposition, more than likely they will create a scoring chance from it.
Long ball in there towards Barry McHugh. He's been fouled again in the wars from early doors here. And it's a big free coming up here. Patrick Kelly will come over with the left foot. It's out by the right sideline. Difficult enough strike, but an important one so far. Again, they move the ball so quickly from the kick out. Both sides are set up to counter-attack at pace. But here comes Kelly. He's been a sharpshooter throughout the course of the championship for both Galway and his club side. He's looking to try and get his first of the game here. Strikes it off the hands. Looks good. And up it goes. Brilliant strike. 3 points to 2 in favour of Cuilinn. 12 and a half minutes gone. Both sides not giving each other an inch here.
No, it's a big advantage Moylough have, and that they've Patrick Kelly to the right-hand side of the goal and they've Barry McHugh to the left-hand side of the goal, two of the top free takers in the county, and it's always a big bonus that they know before they start any game. They've got those opportunities, more than likely they will be scored. It gives them a good platform to get on it, to build for any win.
Here come Cuilinn on the attack themselves. Ian Mulcahy coming forward, but then just stalls on it, comes infield. Recycle it through the hands. Over towards Corcoran now. Looking to get forward. Mountbellew totally retrieved. Everyone inside their own half. This allows Cuilinn just to play keep ball here on the halfway line. Pressure come on over there. Cian Dean ran into trouble. He's scrambling. He might have touched the ball on the floor. There's a lot of pressure on him. I think his foot just slipped on the wet surface. But it's Mountbellew who get the ball back. Go backwards with the football. But all the time, their shirts stride forward. They get the ball in field now, and there's a bit of space here for Billy Mannion. Chips in a nice little ball up towards Barry McHugh. He takes the mark given. It's almost an identical position to where Patrick Kelly got the free a couple of moments ago. But they will have to get McHugh on his right foot. He's gone back a good bit to give himself the angle. A chance to level the sides here with 40 minutes of action gone here in Pearse Stadium. Q strikes it, looks good. It is good, over the bar, level for the second time, 3 points apiece.
Good turnover from Mountbellew. Again, Cuilinn Mannion's a guy that kind of goes under the radar a little bit, maybe doesn't do the spectacular like Barry McHugh or O'Finnerty or Patrick Kelly, but he's always the first to the breakdown, or he's the first if someone's looking to get a turnover. He was the first to that one, and again I think it was Neil Mulcahy turned over, ball back to Mountbellew, scoring chance created.
Bit of a scramble over the far side. I think they've gone over the line. The linesman has the flag up in the air, so it will be another turnover from Mountbellew. This one just inside the Cuilinn half. They've gone backwards with the ball. Switching the point of the attack over here, because Cuilinn Mannion is all the way in front of us, and he has a pocket of space if they want to switch it over this side, but they're happy to go down through the middle. Colin Ford now coming forward. Patrick Kelly now. Big recognisable stride, but he goes backwards, holding the ball. Punches the ball down the line. Now there's a pocket of space. A selection of Mountbellew players there. Sean Myland is the one that picks it up. He goes in field towards Patrick Kelly. Again, Cuilinn Mannion is all the way in front of us over here on this side. But they're going down the right, the terrace side. They found a pocket of space. Billy Mannion, great interception over there. I think it was David Wynn that came through the crowd there. And now it's Cuilinn coming forward themselves in the counter-attack. Gallagher gone deeper. Plays the ball in field. Now on they go. Davernon gets it back. Sean Kelly gets it now. And he drives forward. On they go. Nice little punches up down the line. Goes up towards Desi Keneally. Shot comes in. This is a bomb of a kick. It's a wonderful strike. Ger Davernon from out the right countryside puts it high up over the bar. 4 points to 3. But in the blink of an eye, from the turnover in front of the goal, down they go and they nail it.
Yeah, that's I suppose textbook Cuilinn. Break things down and just use their pace, and they're good and quick hands, and they've the great scoring ability to create chances. And there's that was one maybe expected that Ger Davernon might look to recycle, but he had the confidence in his own ability, kicked it off. Looked like it might tail a little bit too much to the left, but it held its line. It puts Cuilinn one back, one up again.
4 points to 3. 16.5 minutes gone. Moylough playing keep ball in the middle of the pitch here. After one possession from their kick out. Colin Ford now gets it down the left wing. Again, Mannion is hugging the sideline here in front of us. But still, they go in field where there's an almighty bit of battling going on there. The shortest hand pass in the world you'll ever see. Colin Ford is under pressure, scoops the ball away. It might have been on the ground. It is on the ground. Listen to the roar. Colin Ryan under pressure there. Peter Cook takes the free quickly. And Davernon, this point scorer for a couple of moments ago, plays the ball in field towards Sean Kelly. Back towards Tom Clark. They're just taking a bit of patience, but they're edging the way down the sideline there. Owen Kelly now coming forward. Plays the ball in field. Gallagher, but there's a third man tackle off the ball. The classic clip someone out of the way and you run into the space. But referee Austin O'Connell sees it. And he's given a bit of a lecture over there. No more. But a soft enough turnover to give the ball away when you're like that.
Austin O'Connell has had a good start to the game, though. He's letting it flow. He's pulling for anything that needs to be pulled, but he's definitely not being overly finicky. He's letting the game flow and letting it be as a competitive a contest as it has been so far.
Barry McHugh on the wars there again. Gets pushed to the ground for the second occasion, but Cuilinn have turned over the ball. It's another bit of wrestle out in the middle of the pitch. It's a free this time from Cuilinn. Paul Kelly plays it back in towards it. Sean Kelly now soloing forward, looking for options, bounces the ball forward. On he goes. Peter Cook was inside, so Kelly opens up the space in front of him. Still going. Didn't look like he fancied the shot there. Playing keep ball. Not intended towards Cook, but he picks up the bouncing ball, and now he's driving forward. Pressure comes on from Billy Mannion. They both them into the floor. Cook scrambles backwards. Mulcahy now back towards Dean. Bit of space here, and Riley has to recycle. They switch the point of the attack over towards the left-hand side. A bit more room over this side. And they're coming forward here with Owen Kelly. Owen Kelly plays the ball in field. Gives a 1-2, gets it back. And towards the 14. They're going to have to switch it backwards because a lot of Moylough players. They have switched it back nicely. Looks like Tom Clark coming forward here. David Wynn now cutting forward. Half thought would have given it. Comes back over here towards Riley. Riley shoots up the right. Puts it over the bar. 5 points for Cuilinn. 3 for Moylough. Another tidy score.
Definitely. And Cuilinn, I mentioned in previewing the game that they hadn't been great against Clare Galway, hadn't been great against Lettermore, but they've certainly started the game well. They're being patient, they're getting runners off the shoulder, and they're causing Moylough all sorts of problems with those deep runners coming from pace, and they've got some great scores. The latest by Michael O'Reilly, Ger Davernon, and the one before that.
Moylough haven't scored, only 1 point from play. That was in the 7th minute. The first. Would they be anxious the way things are going?
Not anxious at the moment, but they will feel that they need to try and get a little bit more ball up top. They haven't got a huge amount of ball into Barry McHugh as of yet. Our own Finnerty for that point, but there's loads of time left. They'll know that coming down the stretch, this is still going to be very, very tight. They'll just want to be in a position that they're not chasing the game.
Finished now into a lot of traffic, so has to go back the way. Nice attack though. But they're forced backwards. Billy Mannion now in turn. Goes backwards in field. Sean Moylough coming forward. It's open up in front of him. If he wants to go for a run, he's debating it. Still edging the way forward. Pops the ball in field. There for Gary Sweeney. Now here comes Leo O'Donnell. Low ball towards Patrick Kelly. Nice little flick up. Patrick Kelly now He's been forced back, he's been hounded, holds on to the football. A little bit too eager. It'll be a free, but they're probably happy enough to give away a free there. It's all the way over by the sideline, just outside the 21. It'll be McHugh or Kelly, I would imagine, with the left foot. He'll pick himself up, but it's a difficult hit from here.
Yeah, McCullin are getting loads of bodies behind the ball. It was a lovely little pick up by Patrick Kelly, but he found himself being forced out, and Moylough didn't really get any runners off his shoulder to cause McCullin any problems. So we end up with Patrick Kelly basically on the sideline on the 21 with like what will be a monstrous free. Maybe he should try and work it short, but Patrick Kelly will have confidence in his own boot too.
20 minutes game in a first half that's flowing by here at Pearse Stadium. Kelly now from all the way out the sideline with the left foot. It's very high. I think he's dragged it a bit. He is out for a wide. The third of the game. It's such a difficult effort, as he said. Are they better served trying to work something off that?
Yeah, maybe easy speak now, he's after putting it wide, but yeah, maybe it was one that they could have tried and worked to 1-2 and maybe tried to work a free that was a little bit closer in. But again, unusually in Pearse Stadium there isn't a huge wind, so he would have felt that he could have had a go at it and probably would have backed himself.
Tom Clark plays the ball back. It goes through the hands, and it's back now with Paul Kelly. Back to Sean Kelly. Almost playing at a quarterback in time. He started off centre forward, but he's playing, pulling the strings there from a deep line position. Certainly not a one-to-one battle with himself and John Daly that we might anticipated. Pressure comes in. Cuilinn have taken a bit too much out of that. They'll be happy. It was 3 versus 1, only one outcome.
They're very good in the tackle, Moylough. They don't they get contact, but you don't see any of them coming in with flaying arms or slapping or anything like that. They're just strong upper bodies, and in fairness to Austin O'Connell, he'd no choice but to get toward the free to Moylough. But again, a good bit of defending and a good turnover by Mountbellew.
John Daly now striding forward, left half-back position, makes halfway, still edging his way forward, will punch the ball down the line, here towards Leo Donnan. Another hand pass down the line. And he goes towards Barry McHugh, cuts back on the left, goes back on the right, punches the ball in field. It's scrappy, scoop back, well intercepted over there. David Wynn picked up the loose ball. And it's scrappy, but Darvin gets it away. Now David Wynn himself comes forward, right and bang in the middle of the pitch. His side leading by 5 points to 3. Being confident and happy the way the game has been played. Probably played more on their terms than Moylough so far. Here comes Maugh. Again, didn't fancy coming forward. Ran to about 30 yards out and then put the handbrake on and came back the way. They've come all the way back inside their own half here from a very attacking position. But Neil Maigh goes to halfway. Just as I said, he's going to go forward. He stops, goes back. Now a bit more pressure, but they have found space here. More pressure comes in. Barrett, I think he might have pushed him the second time. He'd done good work initially to intercept the ball. Couldn't resist the push on the Mayo man then. And Clark is fouled. David Wynn will take the resultant free. Goes short with it. Back towards Mulcahy. Again, pace just gone out of the game in the last couple of moments. It's been a pretty lively affair so far. Tom Clark coming forward again. Goes to a certain point. It seems to be a game plan. We've seen it so many times. They're on the attack here again. Mulcahy now has found space. He's driving forward in towards the Mountbellew half. Gets it off towards Cook. Cook is going to strike it. Has he dragged it though? He has. It's another wide. The third wide of the game. But it's so many times they're running to a certain point and then it's almost like electric fence comes up. No more. Let's go backwards.
Yeah, it's the stand. It's very much like a game of basketball. If people are looking for matchups, probably the only one you can give is Desi Keneally and Colin Murray. I think it's Neil Mulcahy and Patrick Kelly, both the full back and the full forward. Everyone else is just swarming back. On defence and on the offence side of things, they're all trying to get forward. So in terms of who's actually picking up who, very difficult to tell. At the moment, Cuilinn shading it, but as I said, Moylough won't overly panic.
James Foley comes forward, takes a shot at goal. It's a wonderful effort. It came out of absolute nothing. It thought it was going to be another moment of just tepid football, but he put on the burners and he drives it over the bar. It's a 1 point game, 5 points to 4 in favour of Cuilinn. That's a hell of a lot better.
Well, that's what you need is, when teams are dropping players back, sometimes they can go lateral and then they can't just find that ball inside. James Foley just broke the tackle and a great score.
Paul Kelly now coming forward. He's got the wrong side of the kick out. He's still driving forward. A lot of pressure. Takes a shot and an instant response from Cuilinn. A wonderful, wonderful score. He went all the way around the other side of the body. He's got the ball as he went down on the far side and just bulldozed his way through. A quality finish. And Cuilinn are back into a 6 points to 4 lead.
Yeah, well tracked by Paul Donlan. he now picks up the kick out from Damien Boyle. But again, that's third point from Paul Kelly. They'll be absolutely delighted with that. Not just the 3 points, but the form that he's shown. There was not concerns, but it was noted that maybe he hadn't been having the influence in games that he has had previously. He certainly did in this first half.
Barrett now switches it over here to Sean Moylough. Looking to get a bit of pressure on, goes the wrong side of Cook. And now it's Billy Mannion going on the loose ball. Tackle comes in, but Mannion picks it up. Gets the ball in towards McHugh. McHugh passes the ball in field, but it's sloppy. Tries to get back towards Foley, but intercepted. Over there, wonderful work rate comes in. Cuilinn player down getting some treatment. Austin O'Connell is just going in, tell him get up, get up, get up. Might be Sean Kelly that has got a bang in the face there, but a wonderful interception, just a sloppy pass. And they're so good at those turnovers.
Yeah, and Sean Kelly's been really given I suppose he's back, as you said, in that kind of between midfield and the half back line. He's just trying to get as close to the ball as possible, be that going forward or being as a defending. And when those balls are there to be won, he's a big fella. He's strong, he's athletic, and most importantly for those type of ones, he's extremely brave as well.
He's up on his feet again, thankfully also. Cuilinn had just continued on without him, playing a bit of keep ball inside their own half. Slowly moving the ball through the lines. Just edging down towards the left-hand side. Kelly still shaking himself. He's definitely got a bit of a bang there, but it's like his teammates know, and they're just taking the sting out of the game. Just playing keep ball, almost at a walking pace. But now they have played a tidy ball here forward. It's David Wynne coming forward. Again, goes to a certain point, comes backwards. Corker now. Hop isn't aggressive. Well, surely that's a throw pass. Either way, play on. And a walking pace still. A little bit of a hull kind of going around conditions here. As both sides take their breath after what's been a pretty frantic affair so far. Sean Kelly now looks okay. He's coming forward. Peter Cook was on his right hand side, and that's where it's going. Cook now inside the 45. Takes a shot with the right. Is he going to tail off? Well held there by Damien Boyle, the Mountbellew player. You thought when you saw Cook in that position that it was going to be a white flag raised, but just a little bit short. And Mountbellew themselves try and come forward. Probably would like another score or two before half time. Then again, both sides would. Again, the last play here is repeating the last ones, but too much pressure. Soft enough push comes on there from Leo O'Donnell. But we will play. Damien Boyle, now the keeper, is going out for a trot. Switches the ball over here. It's James Foley, who got that wonderful score a couple of moments ago, looking to get forward again. Patrick Kelly now playing a little bit deeper. He looks frustrated because all he sees in front of him is a wall of green shirts. Damien Boyle now is playing centre back, and he's the most defensive player at the moment. They come through nicely here. Colin Murray. He has Colin Ryan on his shoulder, but Murray comes forward. He's still going forward. It's scrappy, but he'll pick up the loose ball himself. Back towards Colin Mannion. Inside the 21 here, but goes back out the country with it. Looking for an option in field. Gets it off now towards Colin Ryan. That's an awful tackle, comes in. Not quite sure how that wasn't a free, but play on is the call. Moylough now puts a long ball in around the square, but there's two Cuilinn players almost pushing each other out of the way to get the breaking ball. Either way, they've intercepted it. They look to come forward themselves. Slowly you see a wall of green shirts edge the way forward. Still nobody really in the Mountbellew half, but now they're coming up the road here now. Hand pass over the top here. It's Neil Mulcahy trying to get on it, but Damien Boyle comes out, tries to chip up, makes a bags of it. The ball goes in towards the goal. There's nobody there. It's flicked in. It's a goal. Would you believe it? Michael Riley punches it in from a yard. But there's the mother of all screw-ups. Damien Boyle came out on the breaking ball, tried to chip it up. You can hear every coach up and down the land saying, bend your back on the ball, and they are punished. It's a goal for Cuilinn. 1-6 to 4 points just before half time. How big is that going to be, Barry?
Yeah, Don Connellan couldn't have wrote that one exactly when he would have wanted it, just before the stroke of half time. He'll be on to his players now. It's 2 minutes. Don't concede one. Try and go in that 5 points up. Damien Boyle won't need us telling him that was a huge mistake. Just a little bit sloppy, a little bit casual. And in fairness, Cuilinn punished it very, very severely.
I said they would have liked a point or two before half time. I'll probably say that with a little bit stronger. They need a point or two before half-time now.
Yeah, they certainly do. 5 points down, you know, and just the big worry for them is that they're just not getting their players into the game. So Matthew Barrett is on the ball a bit, Colin Murray's on the ball a bit, Colin Ryan, the guys they want on the ball, Patrick Kelly, Barry McHugh, Owen Finnerty. At the moment, they're not having the influence that they would have liked on the game.
Riley's coming through again, and again he's a lot of room, edging the way forward, comes back on the left.
Oh, brilliant defending.
Wonderful defending over there. It was John Daly coming back to save the day. It was indeed, because that could have been another goal. That would have been curtains. But wonderful, wonderful reading of the play from John Daly there. Has kept his side in it, and that's not going too far. Another goal there would have been absolute curtains.
Yeah, if you're looking, if anyone's coaching any underage footballers or adult footballers, get the video of that piece of defending. Didn't panic, worked his feet brilliantly, and at the right, perfect moment, got a hand in to just dispossess Michael O'Reilly. Val Daly will be certainly thanking John for keeping them in the game.
And there is the half-time whistle. It's been a half that's absolutely flown by. A bit of needle in the tunnel here as well. Players saying hello to each other. Desperate attempts. It's the old debate again. Why on earth are two teams?
Yeah, you do. I just on that now, and Dandy Kelly is a really good fella. There was obviously a draw made, and we have to, like, I played the game, I probably would have gone in as well if I was on the Mountbellew Moylough team. But in fairness to the board, it looked like Mountbellew Moylough with the team that were to go in at half time, go in second. The officials of the board tried to stop them, and they just didn't adhere to that. And that has to be taken into consideration as well when these incidents take place. We're all very well that we blame officialdom, but players and I wouldn't say management, but players certainly have to take responsibility for it as well.
It's that type of game where there's been absolutely no inch given whatsoever on both sides. But it's Cuilinn who will be the happier of the sides because they lead by 1-6 to 4 points. A game that was, you say, even enough, but that goal, after a bit of a mess-up, punished brutally by Michael Riley, is a big, big difference. And Val Daly, hairdryer, double socket, everything will be probably on in here. He needs to try and get some life into his team.
Yeah, again, and it goes back to something we mentioned before the throw-in. The problem Val Daly has in terms of his team is that there's just so many guys missing. So go back to the Shane Moores, the Ger Donohues, the Mark Mannions, the Michael Dalys. If they're playing, you then have options off the bench. But unfortunately, the guys that were options off the bench have to start, and you're kind of digging into the reserves then. I'm just not sure, does he have them?
Certainly one to keep an eye on here in the second half. An enthralling first half, but it's Cuilinn who are the happier. They go in at the break, leading by 1-6 to 4 points. We'll leave you with some first half highlights. There's plenty of those, and we'll join you very, very shortly for the second half. Welcome back towards Pearse Stadium here. Mountbellew, Moylough out early, and here come Cuilinn. Big roar for their side. They'll be happier with the way things have gone so far. They're leading by 1-6 to 4 points after a first half that flew by. And Mountbellew, Moylough, they just can't let this lead, Barry, get much bigger than what it is at the moment. They probably need the start that Salthill got in the first game here.
Yeah, look, we know anything can happen in a game of football. It's no point in trying to call a winner too far out. But on the optics of it and on the scale of things, you would say that being 5 down, it really is Mountbellew, Moylough that they need to start well. And you know, Val Daly will certainly have been trying to get his troops riled up and ready for action at half time. They were first out. You know, he wouldn't have minced his words in the importance of this game for them, because, you know, Owen Finnerty and these guys, they're around a long time. Delighted to get their county medal last year, but they're ambitious and they'll want more than that. Val Daly's ambitious, and as a manager, he'll want more than that. And, you know, this next 30-35 minutes is going to be a huge deciding factor in that.
Battle to face Salthill Knocknacar in the final here next week at 2 o'clock. Same venue here in Pearse Stadium, but a lot of football to be played to see who will join them in that. Austin O'Connell giving out the last of his instructions. Battles left, right and centre. See John Daly and Sean Kelly of the corner of my eye wrestling with each other again. Do we have won it? And it's Mountbellew, Moylough who win the first ball. Leo O'Donnell now coming forward. Gives it towards Barry McHugh. Colin Mannion now. There's a lot of space in the first half, but didn't see a lot of ball. Gets it early here straight away. Hop and a skip. Goes back towards Owen Finnerty. On the right. Takes a shot. Has he got it? He has got it. 21 seconds in to the second half, and that's exactly what they would have needed. 5 points to 1-6.
And again, a brilliant bit of football, brilliant brain by Colin Mannion. The ball was on to kick it to Owen Finnerty inside. He decided to carry it, which allowed Owen Finnerty to come around the corner. Colin Mannion just, I wouldn't say got in the way, or he just kind of blocked Owen Finnerty's marker, gave Owen Finnerty the chance to come around the corner, and a brilliant score, and just the start that they needed. And now they've built on that by winning the break.
They've won the second one, and they try and just play a little bit of keep ball here. It's Mark Mannion, who seems to have been introduced at the break. No indication of that, but the number 2, the joint captain, does appear to be out there. Colin Mannion now plays the ball in field towards Billy Mannion. Plays the ball nicely. And it's Mark Mannion again, coming forward, striding forward. It's a great tackling over there. Sean Kelly come back. He's bulldozed by Finnerty. It's a free out. Big overturn there from the Galway captain.
Yeah, those coaches now have 2 clips of brilliant defending. John Daly in the first half, Sean Kelly in the second half. You know, they are wide. They're 2 of the most important footballers in the Galway senior team at the moment. 2 brilliant pieces of defending. Sean Kelly looked like he was under pressure, regrouped, used his pace, got his near hand in and just took the ball away from Mark Mannion. Brilliant bit of defending.
Cuilinn on the attack themselves, but another good bit of pressure comes on over there. Scrappy ball breaking. I think it'll be free to Mountbellew, Moylough. It will. So many turnovers in this game. Not an inch given.
2 big introductions from Mountbellew, Moylough. Ger Donoghue has also entered the fray. So again, you know, these guys who have been injured all year, they're into the game for Mountbellew, Moylough, and big boost for them.
Patrick Kelly now coming forward, plays the ball in field. Finnerty now. He's outside the 45. He's still going forward. Here it comes now with Leo O'Donnell. A low ball in field it goes. It's Barry McHugh back on the right, and Barry McHugh over the bar. Is this the comeback? They're certainly turning the screw at the moment. 6 points, Mountbellew, Moylough. 1-6 to Cuilinn, yet to get off the mark in the second half. But it's just that goal between them now.
Yeah, it is, and it's a brilliant start by them. And, you know, the score is important, but it's the attitude. It's the optics of it. They look energetic. They look like they're up for the battle. And that's all Val Daly could have wanted. He can't control, exactly what goes on between the white lines, but he would feel that he has an influence over the energy levels and what they're trying to bring to the table. And at the moment, we're only a few minutes in, but it's certainly it's a positive start from the Mountbellew, Moylough side.
And Powers kick out over the sideline it went. So it's Mountbellew, Moylough. Now John Daly striding forward with the ball. He's going into a crowd, spins back with it. And now they'll switch it out here towards a James Foley. Val Daly encouraging players to get forward there. Still Foley, held up initially by Cook, but held on to possession. Barrett now, but he's on his wrong side, out the right wing. Punches a nice little ball down the line, might get a give and go. It almost bounces behind him. Good pressure. Touched on the ground given. Ooh, I thought it might have been a free out for the first bit of a swing there. But this is an opportunity for Patrick Kelly. You'd fancy him all day. Remember the one that went askew in the first half. That was all the way about the sideline. This one is a lot more central on the right side. So again, will suit that trusty left boot. Chance to get the third point of the second half. Free side. Ooh, we might have dragged this. And he's dragged it wide.
It's a big miss.
That's a big miss.
Yeah, it's a big miss in the overall context of things. When they were looking for that big bright start, had been going so well, it just might take the energy level, or might take a little bit of glass off that. And I think the big most important thing for my Cuilinn now is just to get their hands on the ball, and the kick out is going to be really important.
Up down the middle. I think it might spin over the sideline again. If it's not, it'll be close. It is gone. A lot of pressure. I think if there's one area that they have focused on here in the second half, it's putting the pressure on. A couple of changes coming in. Number 7 there, Aidan Clafferty, has been introduced from Cuilinn. Confirmation then of the 2 subs at half time as the 2 players that were due to start, Mark Mannion and Jared Donoghue, have been introduced. Let's see who's making away here. It's Akeen Dean who is making away. He is replaced by Aidan Clafferty. And we'll restart. But actually a free been given. I thought it was comes forward with James Foley now. Foley now pops the ball down the line. Sean Moylough with the football. Slowly out towards Patrick Kelly. Chips the ball backwards. Again, this is just like we've seen for phases the first half. Teams playing keep ball. Billy Mannion now puts a bit of pace onto it. Over towards Leo Donlan. Plays the ball infield. McHugh has gone a little deeper this time. And he goes back. Strange silence gone across Pearse Stadium here. 5 minutes gone, almost 6 minutes gone here in the second half. Goal between the sides. Cuilinn 1-6. Montbellew 6 points. But John Daly now. It's a nice little hand pass down the line. Finnerty now, but he'll have to come backwards. A lot of pressure comes on him. Still going. Very tight in the corner there. Almost wrestling the way through. Chip the ball in towards the middle. This is a bit better. Pressure being held up here. Scramble. Barry McHugh might have touched it on the ground. He has a big turnover. Listen to the roar. We Cuilinn players all give each other hugs and they're happy with that.
Big turnover, huge turnover. Brilliant ball, John Daly coming in the end line. Lovely measure ball across to Barry McHugh, and he's just finding it. Barry McHugh's just finding it a little bit difficult to get into the space. Like, we saw the influence he had on the quarter final. Just finding it difficult to get himself into the game. Some little hand passes going astray. It was a previous one to Matthew Barrett. So Val Daly will just be hoping that with 20 minutes to go, 25 minutes to go, we'll see a little bit more from Barry McHugh.
Gallagher now punches the ball down the line. Shot comes in here. It's high. Stavern, has he got it? He hasn't. Wide apiece for both sides in the second half. Still a goal between them. 1-6. Referee Austin O'Connell not happy. Blowing frantically on the whistle. Spinning over Sean Kelly. And I think much to do about nothing there. Apart from just a good old-fashioned lecture, but we will restart with Damien Boyle now from the kick-out. He goes short with it. Up towards John Daly. Looking to come forward. Just play keep ball. Moylough now. Slow, such a strange little bit of silence for a game of such huge importance. It's like everyone's taking a breath here. And Moylough, they've started the second half pretty well, but could do with another score too. Damien Boyle now. Out at centre half back. Nobody inside. They're 45. They pushed everyone forward. Now Boyle goes long up towards Finnerty and he takes the mark. Finnerty. Good old fashioned Route 1 football. I was talking to Val Daly during the week and he prides himself on North Galway football where you play the ball with the foot. They certainly did it there. Can Finnerty now maximise this from the advanced mark? It's good. It's over the bar it goes. 7 points for Montbellew. So Cuillinn's 1-6. 8 minutes gone in the second half. And certainly the game that we might have feared might have edged one way is certainly very much in the melting pot still.
You know, in the hypothetical situation that Owen Finnerty didn't start, like the rumours abounded all week that he wasn't going to. Not only were Mountbellew Moylough going to miss what he brings footballing wise and his ability, but his leadership is you know, it's really incalculable for Mountbellew Moylough. He gives everything to them. He's the focal point up top, and a ball that was just boomed in by Damien Boyle claimed it, the composure to claim the mark, then the ability to kick it over the bar.
Cuilinn on the attack themselves now with Owen Gallagher. Switches it over the right hand side. That's a good switch of play. There's a lot of bodies over there. This is dangerous now. Clafferty's coming forward. He's options. He's going to take the shot. It's short. Oh, just goes towards the right hand side and wide. Almost thought it was going to dink in and find its way into the net there. There's another wide. Cuilinn yet to get off the mark in the second half. That could have ended up anywhere.
Yeah, good opportunity by Aidan Claffey. He was going forward. You know, it was one of those ones that could have just dipped in over Damien Boyle as well. But again, tracked by Cuilinn Mannion, who's having a good game, a good influence on the game. And it was one that maybe Don Connellan would have liked to settle the ship a little bit.
Instead, it's still Mountbellew Moylough on the attack. Good work over there from Peter Cook. Putting a lot of pressure over on Sean Moylan, but he does well. They switch it in the middle. Cuilinn Mannion now has options. Mark Mannion is on his right-hand side. But he keeps on the possession, gives it back now towards Patrick Kelly. Good bit of movement inside, but Kelly is just holding it for a second. Switches over towards the left wing. They've pretty much pushed everyone forward here. They throw a blanket over an abundance of players in the middle. Still coming forward slowly, back towards Matthew Barrett. Ships a pass in towards the corner. It's Finnerty now, comes back on the right hand side. Will he take a shot? He will. Great block, but it might break here. Forced by numbers, but it's picked up off the ground though. And it's Finnerty, as he tried to almost bulldoze his way, is going to be brought forward a bit more for a little bit of afterwards. They pushed everyone forward there, Mountbellew Moylough. They're going to need them all back here now. Cuilinn not taking any sort of a timing at all with that, and they're bombing forward now. A good bit of space, still charging forward. Green shirts swarming all over the place. Pressure comes in originally, but now comes through. And it's pushed up and over the bar. It's the first score of the second half. And it's Michael Riley, the goal scorer, that wisely just punched that over the bar. It's a strange move. So many bodies down the middle. They just bombed it down the right wing, found the space. An important score for them.
Yeah, and they got runners all over the place, and Mountbellew Moylough just couldn't track them, and they're under a bit of pressure from the kick out. Could be a big turnover here.
Big turnover it is. Sean Kelly now looking to stride forward with the football. On he goes. It's open up in front of him. Kelly now pass it off towards Cook. He's in front of the goal. Punches across the goal. Up over the bar it goes. 2 points in quick succession from Cuilinn. Big turnover from the kick out though. 1-8 to 7 points the lead. But it's been a good couple of moments.
It has. It's been a big couple of moments for Cuilinn. I would question at times why the keeper would go short when they're under a good bit of pressure. Cuilinn got the next score. I think he was one that Damien Boyle will regret not going long with.
Barrett does well, catches and goes long in around the house. It goes. Good defending back over there. Sean Kelly tried to dive on the football. It broke away from him. Now Tom Clark has it. Kelly gets it back again. Switches it infield. Davern. Give it back towards Clark. There's players over this side in front of the stand. 4 or 5 players. Looks like a pre-designed move. They're coming forward with it. Slowly now. It's Owen Kelly. Comes in field. Still going forward. Paul Kelly still going down a goal. Paul Kelly comes through. Is he fouled? No. Good defending. It's Colin Murray. He comes away with the football. It could have been curtains. Players pushing and dragging him all over the pitch here. Impossible to keep up with everything that's going on. Referee has his notebook out again. It's that type of game. And he's called over Michael Riley. It's an intense lecture being given here. Looks like it might be a card of some sorts being banished. It's a yellow card for Michael Riley. Such an intense battles up and down the pitch here.
Yeah, there is, and both teams, they know there's so much riding on this game in terms of obviously who progresses to the county final, but in that battle of maybe it's something created by the media, but the battle of the champions, and neither team will want to lose this one. And I think Austin O'Connell is now going to Ger Donoghue Not sure who Donoghue is marking at the moment, but they're having a right good tussle up and down this right-hand touchline. Donoghue tracking him, and a little overzealous, I think, and he's now going to pick up a card as well.
So starting to come in quick succession there, the cards.
Michael Mahan, I think, is it? Yeah, it is.
Yellow card just looks like it's been shown to Donoghue there. It wasn't the usual double yellow. John Daly now restarts. Austin Connell isn't happy though. I think he waits for the Mountbellew substitution to take place here. They are bringing on Kieran Kelly, the number 20. And it's Colin Mannion who is making way. Halfway through the second half almost here. 4 points between the sides.
Kieran Kelly replaces number 10, Colin Mannion.
And after that good start initially, Cuilinn have just taken a little bit of the grip and turned the screw back in their favour in the last couple of moments. But no doubt it will twist and turn multiple times between now and the end of the game. Kelly now comes forward, punches the ball down towards Finnerty. Finnerty again, he's customary trying to edge back on the right, but good defending. He's been forced backwards over there. Paul Donlan has to recycle it. Hold on to possession, they move it slowly into the middle. Donlan gets it back again. He's running across the width of the pitch here. Still going. It's a straight run across, an unusual run at that, but it does make its way over this side towards James Foley. Looked like he was about to do the identical thing, but stopped, turned a couple of times. We'll just let the ball do the work this time. Switches it over towards the left-hand side. Sean Moylough coming forward now. No pressure at all on the defender as he gets forward. Finnerty now comes across a double loop. Finnerty coming forward inside the 45. Finnerty off the right. I think he's dragged it. He has. It's another wide. The third of the second half. And they're almost at a stage where they can't really afford too many of those wides.
Yeah, they need to get as many scores on the board as possible now. They don't want to be chasing it, and which I suppose to a certain extent they are, but they don't want to be chasing it with a couple of minutes to go and having to look for a goal. But Mike Cuilinn will be delighted with that defending. They're forcing Moylough over and back the pitch. Very little penetration inside. And yeah, Finnerty got on the end of one and had a shot, but it was from distance, low percentage one. As I said, Cuilinn will be very happy with that defending.
They're very happy with that decision off the referee as well. The judge, there's a little bit of a nudge in between all the crowded bodies there, and they've won the free from the kick out. They've taken it quickly towards Davernon. Now slowly over on the right hand side, David Wynne coming forward with the ball. Goes into traffic, just holds on to it. Advantage hand is up as well. I think we'll come back for that because Sean Kelly wasn't going anywhere with that. Thought about trying to get it in early in towards Keneally. It was just taking the cautious approach and gone backwards with the football. We'll switch it over this side. Owen Kelly now is looking to get forward. Up towards Peter Cook. Peter Cook now surrounded by two. Runs into the middle of the pitch. Just playing keep ball here. Happy to hold on to possession. Corker now just inside the Moylough half. They are going to have to put pressure on. It does come, but it left a pocket of space for Sean Kelly, and this could be dangerous. Kelly now punches it off the brother. To his brother, gets it back. Kelly coming through in goal. He's in front of the goal. Kelly takes a shot into the back of the net. Rattles the onion bag. It's a big, big moment. Sean Kelly gave a give and go with the brother. Came on through and absolutely smashed it. Cuilinn 2-8. 7 points to Moylough. The defending champions are almost on the ropes here.
They're not almost, they're on the ropes. 7 points in it, 17 minutes gone. That's a big, big boost for Mike Cuilinn. And again, it's that man, Sean Kelly. You know, people have to realise, if they don't, that his pace is unbelievable, his power is unbelievable. He's a big, big guy, and his control of the ball is brilliant. That was super, super goal. Fast hands, pace, power, everything that Mike Cuilinn have built the last couple of years on. And Don Connellan will be delighted with that one.
Yeah, certainly. We talked about in the pre-match, where is he going to play? When you're that good, it doesn't matter. Came on through and absolutely rifled. Such an important goal. Pressure comes on here from Mountbellew. Heavy enough tackle comes in here from Tom Clark. I think that'll be another yellow card. Certainly wasn't holding back there, the Knockmore native. Big collision there with Ger Donoghue, who's been in the war since he's been introduced at half-time. Imagine this will just be a yellow card being flashed. I see Valdelli in front of us with his management crew. They have a couple of big decisions to make. They need something to go in their favour. John Daly is going to take the free. It's another Cuilinn player injured over and crossing the far side, getting treatment as well. Another change getting ready here. Stephen Boyle, certainly talked about bringing experience. He'll certainly bring that in abundance. They need some steady heads out there. 18 and a half minutes gone here in the second half of Pearse Stadium. Cuilinn leading by 8 to 7 points. Boyle has been introduced here. Who is going to make way? We'll see in a moment.
The break and play has helped Cuilinn as well. You know, teams are at their most vulnerable after scoring a goal, but they'll be delighted with the break. Give them an opportunity just to reset, and it puts, you know, Sean Kelly, after scoring such a brilliant goal, he now just finds himself sitting in front of that full back line, or even at full back, but not marking anyone.
Pretty much everyone from Cuilinn inside their own 45. They're putting pressure on. They're coming forward here with Dunnu. He's going into traffic. Shot comes in. Oh, it's held short though, and Power in the goal, takes it from under the crossbar. Matthew Barrett's shot didn't have enough juice in it. And now they're coming forward, but there's nobody at all with a green shirt down to our left-hand side. Just bodies bashing into each other, left, right and centre. Such a physical game. There's another stop here. More running repairs. Players down. Everywhere. You just can't keep your eye on so much that's happening off the ball here. Yeah, it's a nightmare for the officials.
Yeah, everybody's giving everything in fairness. There's no, as I said, there's no one backing from the challenge on either side. But again, all of these little stops and starts, it's just winding down the clock. We're now nearly 20 minutes. You know, it's 10 plus injury time, so 13 minutes, 7 points in it. Mountbellew Moylough are certainly up against it, so they need to play to try and be as open as possible, as fluid as possible, and they really need scores quickly.
They're coming forward again, and they're so adept at a counter-attacking style here. Coming forward here is Riley. Just ran out of real estate there, really. John Daly picks up the loose ball, gives it back towards his goalkeeper, Damien Boyle. He's going to have to leave that goal behind and just get forward as many times as he can here. The defending champions need something big here with just less than 10 minutes to go. They need the ball quicker. That's an overturn. It's a foul, comes in. It's a bit cynical there. Leo Donlan was a good ruck rate from Aidan Clafferty, and he had the whole of the half in front of him. If he got past the marker, they've taken it quickly, and they're going to let it be allowed taken quickly, pulling and dragging off the ball, but still they come forward. Not quite sure what free you could give them there. Surely the advantage from Cuilinn was to let them go forward and edge towards the goal. They probably won't be too dishappy about taking the free, but it's set up perfectly for them. They can sit in, and they have so many fast runners on the break.
Yeah, well, that's, as I said, that's their modus operandi for the last couple of years, is that power, pace, quick hands, mixing that up with long ball into Desi Keneally. But you know, they're certainly shown as, they're given as an exhibition of what has made them county champions 2 years ago, and what has made them, you know, one of the dominant forces in Galway over the last couple of years. And you know, you have to say this was all without maybe Desi Keneally being overly influential in the game, which is unusual for Desi. But you know, they've power and pace all over the pitch, and super footballers all over the pitch. And you know, this is Peter Cook's first free at goal, I think, isn't it?
And he strikes it. This one looks good. It's over the bar. It's an 8-point game. 8 minutes to go. Cuilinn leading by 2-9 to 7 points. Made another substitution there as well, as they try and get fresh blood on.
Yeah, Neil Walsh, guy that has huge experience as well around my Cuilinn teams for a long time. Jared Davern, who got a great score in the first half and put in a huge shift, and now they'll be expecting Neil Walsh to do the same thing.
What have the defending champions up their sleeve? Whatever it is, they'll need to do it pretty lively. Long ball in, might have been touching the ground, no play on. Barry McHugh gets it off the shoulder. Another sloppy ball, another big hit. Pressure comes on. What's the referee going to give? His team is touching the floor. Another big turnover.
Yeah, one of those days for Barry McHugh. Just don't know, was it the option? He had it on the turn. Stephen Boyle coming down the middle, but Sean Kelly and the guy, my Cuilinn team, just wrapped that up and took it off him.
And they're on the attack again here. And as Mountbellew Moylough push everyone forward, it allows room. Walsh into straight away, but well defended over there. They come away with the football. Play it down the middle. Finnerty's gone a little deeper on halfway. He's charging forward. Will he go forward to McHugh? No, he's just running down the heart of the defence. Still going forward. surely been fouled, has on his wrong foot, is still going. He's edging down towards goal now. He's inside the 14, cuts back on the left. He needs to bury it. What a save. The ball breaks. It's booted up and over the bar in the end. They really needed that to go in. What a save though. Power stood strong. Big save. What a run by Finnerty. It had everything but the goal in the end that they needed.
What a run. Found space. I thought there was runners to his left-hand side, but he didn't spot them or he didn't use them. Continued down the right-hand side. Brilliant opportunity for a goal. Defenders sold the dummy. He was through. I thought he was going to bury it. Brilliant save, and they get a point from it, but they really, really needed a goal. But again, huge leadership, huge ability by Owen Finnerty, and they'll want him on the ball as much as they can for the next couple of minutes.
Still a 7-point ball game. 6 minutes to go, plus whatever's get added on. Cuilinn leading by 2-9 to 8 points, but they have to rely on their goalkeeper there a couple of seconds ago. And boy, did he stay strong. Everyone pushed forward now, including the opposite goalkeeper, Damien Boyle, as they try and squeeze the life out of this kick-out. Had a good bit of joy in the second half from kick-outs, particularly at the start of the second half where it had that colourful period. Power just goes high, long, up around the middle it goes. It's been won there, almost won at the second occasion is James Foley, surrounded by two, freeze. Valdelli is just pointing forward, get it forward quickly. They run down the line with it. Stephen Boyle, the substitute, comes down now towards Owen Finnerty. You're worried about his injury and how fit he was. He looks full of life here. Body's been pulled down to the floor, left, right and centre, not an inch be given. He comes on through, it's Billy Manny now, under pressure from Gallagher, gets it off the shoulder. Shot comes in. It's a bit short, is it? It is. And Power just gobbles it up. And Riley's on his shoulder. Now here comes Sean Kelly, looking to drive forward. Plays the ball to his brother again, clattered off the ball. But on they come with Paul Kelly. More pressure comes on, it'll break. It's another big hit coming in there from two bodies. Jared Dovern. And these hits, I'm just looking around us. There's bodies on the floor, left, right and centre. You almost don't know what way to look.
Yeah, I think, I'm not sure. I don't know what. I think it might have been either Patrick Kelly or Barry McHugh. It was a fairly late hit on Sean Kelly.
Got smashed as he gave the 1-2 there. He wasn't going to be let through the second time. But then there was another big hit here as Paul came through. And it's that type of game.
Oh, yeah, it's hugely physical. And I suppose the team that's enjoying the physicality of the most is Sawtill Knocknacarra. And they'll be hoping that both of these teams take as much. It looks like at this stage it'll be Moycuilinn that'll be joining them in the final. But they'll be hoping that Mountbellew Moylough take as much out of Moycuilinn as possible in the next 5 or 6 minutes, because it's a quick enough turnaround with just a week. And they're sitting pretty in the county final after what wasn't, probably the most testing of 60 minutes that they've played in their careers.
Doesn't look like there's any punishment be given there, much to the displeasure of the Moycuilinn faithful. But is he going to restart? I think it's going to be a free in now with Peter Cook here. It's a long way out, but Cook, you'd imagine, will have the distance. He's about 60 yards out. Relatively central, but takes a short. Just sprays it over towards the right-hand side. Colours all in the hop there. Now Claverty coming forward. Plays a crawl across the shoulder, playing keep ball. It's Walsh. It's introduced a couple of moments ago. The abundance of substitutions coming on. David Wynn now is in front of us. But Tom Clark is holding on to possession of the football. It does go towards Wynn now. Very tight to the line. But chips a nice little pass down the line, but good defending over there. That's a slide. No. Play on. Boyle wasn't holding back from that challenge, and Mountbellew Moylough are getting forward now. John Daly moves it up towards Barrett. Barrett now just edging inside the Moycuilinn half. But he's been held up. Strange enough hand pass, but it'll make his way over towards Owen Finnerty now in a right half forward position. Being held up, so has to go back central with it. Colin Murray now coming forward, hits a tackle, manages to get it off towards Paul Donlan, attacking the left wing, trying to generate space. Has found a bit of space towards James Foley. It's a high one in around the house. Might be a bit too far. It is too far. It's out for another wide. The fourth of the second half. That's not what they needed.
No, Val Daly be disappointed. You know, the last 2 shots came in from James Foley and Leo Donlan. They're 7 points down. Obviously need a goal, but if they're going to get shooters on the ball, they needed the guys, the Owen Finnertys, Barry McHugh's, Patrick Kelly's. They need to try and work those into a position where they can get the shots off.
Looks like 4 minutes of additional time to be added on here. About a minute and a half of normal time first to be played. Damien Boyle did well to pick up that loose ball. Makes it out this side towards Kieran Kelly. Kelly now towards Finnerty, but he slips on the surface. Manages to get it back towards Dunhu. Gives it back towards Finnerty. Looking to drive forward, cuts inside. Still soloing, edging his way forward into an almighty collision. Barrett just about gets the hand pass off. Daly now takes a shot. Oh, off the butt of the post. John Daly dug out a shot. It got a deflection. It's out for a 45. But he turned on a sixpence and almost found the bottom corner. But the post comes to McCullin's rescue. And it's just maybe, is it one of those days, dare I say, what could it be? No, he's actually going to give the free in. I thought he indicated a 45. No, it's going to be a free in. So surely they have to blast this one. John Daly has the football. He's looking around to say who fancies it. But Barry, you just have to go for goal here, don't you really?
Yeah, John Daly was certainly going for goal, and the last one hit the bottom of the post. Would have been a brilliant finish, brilliant effort. I think he has to. No, yeah,
chips it over the bar.
Probably took the right option. You know, they don't have a Michael Meehan that can.
Yeah, the flashback to that there. Put on the floor and take the crossbar with you.
Yeah, exactly. Take the fingertips of 10 lads in the goal. You know, probably best option. Push it over the bar.
Back to a 6-point game. 9 points for Mountbellew, Moylough. 2-9 for Cuilinn. Gone short with the kick out. They have to just throw all the shackles off now and push forward. They've almost intercepted it, but it breaks nicely. And Sean Kelly's on his bike again. There's an open goal if someone fancies a shot. Boyle is putting the contention on, but there's nobody in the goal. The ball goes over the top. They're going to walk this into the goal. There's nobody at home. Into the goal it goes and rattles in. Neil Walsh, the substitute, with the easiest of the task. That is the ribbon on top of the cake for Cuilinn. They're going to be into the county final next week. 3-9 to 9 points. What a victory.
Game, set and match, Cuilinn. As the stand here in Pearse Stadium empties, I see the Sawtill Knocknacara panel leaving the stadiums. And John O'Mahony, Sean Armstrong, Finian Hanley, they'll now begin their homework on what will be a brilliant football and county final next weekend. But in fairness, Mountbellew, Moylough, they had to push forward. I felt they didn't push forward quick enough from John Daly's free. They did leave 1 or 2 Cuilinn players free. You know, that was their mistake, and they just got caught on the hop. Brilliant play by Sean Kelly and Paul Kelly, and a brilliant finish by Neil Walsh.
Long ball in towards the house here from Mountbellew, Moylough, but it's been gobbled up. There's another player down in a heap here. I think a bit of afters. A lot of that today. It's a game that's had everything. But it's Cuilinn who are going to face Salthill Knocknacara here next Sunday. And what a battle in store that will be. It's a case of just seeing it out here. It's another run down the line. Intercepted though. Free being given though from Cuilinn. Everything going their way at the moment. Getting another substitute ready here as well. Conor Bowen being introduced. Just a case of winding the clock down here from Don Collins' side, and he'll be very, very happy with the character they're showed. And the game, it's just almost set up perfectly at the end as Mountbellew Moylough push forward. They've caught them on the attack now a couple of times.
Be worrying for Don Cannell and Conor Bohan coming on again. A brilliant service from Cuilinn football.
Sean Kelly limping
fairly heavily coming off. Hopefully he'll be okay, and he's getting the reception that he so warmly deserves.
From the Cuilinn faithful here. I'll make it easy for you. You can say, well, he's on camera. Who's your man of the match?
Yeah, look, he just has such an influence on the Cuilinn team, and you know, even from the get-go, going to centre forward on John Daly, his positional sense, everything that he did is just class, and he's such a big leader, and his brother has such a big part to play in it as well.
He takes a shot. Has he curled it in? He hasn't. Almost. Another score there from the Kelly family, but that one from Paul just edged towards the right-hand side, but absolutely no relevance whatsoever. 10 seconds to go here. And I think by the time this kick out is horsed out the middle, that will be it. Another array of substitutes coming on here. Daniel Cox has been introduced. Michael Riley, who got that all-important goal, the first of the 3 just before half-time, is making way. Big hugs on the Cuilinn sideline. They're happy. Why wouldn't they be? Back through another county final. Champions from 2 years ago, beaten by the same opposition today in the semi-final stage last year. So they've edged that defeat and put it to one side. Finnerty now. Can he get some more credibility on the scoreboard before the last play? And typically, there's another off-the-field collision. Matthew Barrett this time is coming over. He ploughed into, I think, Neil Mulcahy off the ball there. It's going to be shown. A black card has been shown, so for the last 7 seconds, Moylough will be down to 14 players. And I'd imagine, I thought from the last kick out that would have been it, but it'll be very much definitely it from this. Peter Cook free. In fact, he's going to run away from it. No, he's back for the second occasion. Just flicks it up. Just switches the point of the attack over towards the right-hand side. It's one of the substitutes there, Conor Bowen. Just playing a bit of keep ball. Down the line it goes. Just a case of seeing this out. A fantastic, fantastic victory. Thought it would be a lot closer than it would be in the end, but I suppose just a stage just too far with a huge amount of injuries certainly had an impact in the game. But there's no denying the Cuilinn were the better team over the course of the day. Got their game plan and worked it to absolute perfection. And there is the full-time whistle. Cuilinn are through to the county final with a statement victory over defending champions Mountbellew. It's a scoring of 3-9 to 9 points. 9-point victory. The reward is the decider next week back here, Barry, against Salthill Knocknacarra. But firstly, just a word on Cuilinn.
Yeah, excellent. You know, you said they got everything right, and they did. Got their matchup spot on. They got their game plan spot on. I had questioned them slightly over their form against Clare Galway, their form against Lettermore. They certainly proved that was, you know, the form is temporary, but class is permanent. Really brilliant display. You know, goals win games. Moylough could point out that maybe they contributed to the Cuilinn goals with their own mistakes, but I think overall, on the vast majority of the game, Cuilinn were superior, and they just had all the answers for everything Moylough threw at them. Moylough worthy champions, you know, got through the groups, got through the quarter-final. But I think overall, maybe the injuries that has, you know, the loss of Michael Daly and these guys, I think that might have come back to haunt them and just losing that little bit of class. But you have to hand it to Cuilinn back in the county final. I think what will be a super game of football, and looking forward to, you know, we look forward to matchups today. We're going to really look forward to matchups and possibilities in next Sunday, and I think it'll be a game that will do just reward for what should be a, you know, for a county final in a footballing county like Galway.
50 games later, then there were two. We're down the last two standing. Salthill Knocknacarra versus Cuilinn next week. As we said, it should be an almighty battle, one that we're looking forward to already. But here, the celebrations here will certainly be with the West Galway side as they come off. The case of just getting those bodies ready. Just how important will it be that? As you touched on a little bit on before we go, Barry, you'd argue that Salthill had the easier of the route, an extra hour or so as well, not that makes a lot of difference. We see some of the bodies coming off there in green. You saw Sean Kelly, man in the match, coming off here. Just get it. They're not going to be able to do a lot on the training ground this week.
No, they won't do anything in reality. They'll recover as best they can. They'll try and get their bodies right, and they'll try and get as much of the tactical stuff done as much as they can as well, because, you know, during the height of the summer when they were playing in hard ground and warm conditions, they were going maybe, you know, I know that every second week, but they would have been able to play every week an awful lot easier. This is the first time this year they're going to be asked to play week on week, and then, you know, Pearse Stadium held up brilliantly. It's in brilliant condition, but like every pitch in the country, it's heavy. It'll have taken a lot out of the legs. There was a lot of big hits. There was a lot of hard work done there. So as I said, they'll spend most of this week recovering, but, you know, county finals and the adrenaline and the buzz that'll bring, that'll take any aches or knocks out of the body fairly quickly, and, you know, big local battle as well, and I think it's exactly what both teams will have wanted.
And certainly one that we're looking forward to already, but thanks to you, Barry, for being alongside us. Thanks for Tommy earlier on. Thanks to Dermot on the cameras, and thanks to everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed It's been another 2 enthralling games, and as I said, we're down to 2. Battle for Frank Fox will be next week here in Pearse Stadium between Salthill, Knocknacarra and Cuilinn. But here, full-time score, just to confirm, it is Cuilinn who have defeated reigning champions Moylough by 3-9 to 9 points. We'll leave you with some full-time highlights, and we'll talk to you all very soon. Slán agus Spanacht.